안녕하세요. 제 이름은 Quil-Chan입니다. Welcome back to another video. This is Why I Hate People number 4. Number 4? No, number 5. Jeez, Quells, you were just looking at it. Number 5. And I'm talking about personality types, as you guys remember me saying from the previous Why I Hate People. This is not actually me hating people. I just hate these certain personality traits. So, today what I'm going to be talking about is the super always attracted to you in like 10 seconds personality type. For one, because it's unrealistic, and two, because it's unrealistic to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I don't like it because it's irrational. The thought of loving someone after you just met is irrational. My first love, my ex, I guess we're not gonna use symmetry, we're gonna draw a little doggy. Because my first love, aka my ex, whom technically was featured in the last Why I Hate People video, I knew him for a long time before I started to date him, and that was for a reason, because I'm a person that makes sure that I like a person before I tell anyone, before I tell myself that I like a person. I'm like, do I like this person? Maybe. And if I don't actually like the person, then, there wasn't any weird thing like, oh, you like this person, and no one went up to this person and said, oh, this person likes you, and then a week later you realize, hey, I don't like this person. But you guys were so cute when dating. Now, as you all know, I dated my ex for a year because reasons. And so I dated my ex for a year before what happened. So, yeah. Now we're just gonna draw on. Now it's gonna be a cat. It's gonna be a cat. I love cats. Now we're just gonna draw the little catto features. Like them, their ears is. And that like little triangular muzzle. By the way, I'm looking at no references for cats on this. Just know that. Just know that I'm going off of memory of what my cats looked like. I guess that's accurate enough-ish. But yeah, like it. Honestly, yeah, it took a long time. Because I'm not a person that's like, oh yeah, I love this person because after like 2 days I decided that I like them. Yeah, no, that's not me. So like, there's a person that I know who goes to my shul, and she has this personality type. And last week I had an altercation with her because she pried at my life. It was what are we gonna do for graduation? Like graduation year. It's time to start doing stuff and planning more of your future. Now, I've had my future planned out for me since I was 7. Dang, freaking this past, like, couple months felled me over because it just changed my plans, because Jesus Christ. I swear is my Lord and Savior. Like, it just kinda did, and now it's like, now what am I gonna do? So yeah, there's that. So IDK, what I'm going to do, I still want to go to George Washington, but I also want to go to Richmond in London. And you're like, but Richmond's not in London, it's like somewhere else. There's multiple schools called Richmond, and I specifically want to go to the one in London, so yeah. But like, also, just life has been difficult. Life has honestly been difficult, to say the very least. Okay. But yeah, so the person that I'm talking about, I'm not gonna point fingers or name names, like I don't do that. It says as I think my second Why I Hate People, first or second Why I Hate People video, I pulled up freaking I pulled up Skype. Oof. That was difficult times when screen recording on my computer wasn't a thing, because I had a freaking really old Dell. Really freaking old, dude. But yeah. Now I don't name names. I mean, a lot of people know whom my ex is, and now a lot of people who have watched my videos know why we're not together anymore. And I think that's cool. But yeah, I'm not gonna name names. I'm just and I'm pretty sure that they're probably gonna watch this video, because they're a subscriber of mine now. But let me tell you something before you click off this video knowing that I'm talking about you. It's not a personal attack. I just like to keep people informed on what happens in my life. Honestly, isn't that why anyone does YouTube? So that they feel like they have something. Now I'm gonna give you the general topic on what our little argument was about. For like an entire school day, I guess, I was kind of in like a depressive cycle, so it was kind of happening, and I was just kind of letting it happen. And this person kept bugging me and asking me what was wrong, and I was like, nothing, it doesn't matter, just go do what you're doing. And then she texted me on the Instagrams, DMs me on the Instagrams, and is like, yo, what's wrong? You know, because we're homies, we're friends, we can talk about it. And I'm like, and at that moment is when I lost my cool, because I'm like, bruh. Let me tell you right now, our this is not High School Musical. We're not automatically homies just because you see my face. That's kind of rude, but that's how I feel. So I wanted to say that, but I didn't say that because I'm a nice person. Sometimes. Shoot. Nah. There we go. But I want to be using that one. But yeah, because I'm a nice person, I didn't say that. I just kind of was like, yeah, no, I'm good. It's tough to know that I'm fine. I'll get through what I'm doing. You just have to know that I'm fine. And they wouldn't let it go, you know. And so, me being me and me wanting the quickest and fastest results, they asked me what's wrong again, and I was like, I gave them songs because music is my life. I listen to music, I play music because I play viola, as y'all know, when I used to do viola videos. That was so iconic. But yeah, like I play music. Music is a way that I express the emotions that I don't normally have. So I sent her a long list of like artists and things like that. And from there, it was like, oh, this stuff is real for her. Like, just apparently automatically, like, that stuff became real. Because I was like, all of freaking Hamilton, you know, and I was like, Panic at the Disco, not set it off, just a lot of freaking, like, very depressive songs because, you know, depression is a thing. And I try to tell people that I'm a good person, and I swear I have a great personality. But I'm also an angry individual. I hold a lot of residual anger that I don't let out ever unless you freaking make me. Can I erase all of that? And honestly, if I'm being honest, frick, wrong tool. If I'm being honest, I felt like she basically did make me because she forced me to talk about something that I at that time was not willing to talk to anyone about, not even a person who I'm close with, whom I barely talk to anymore because we're separated by being in two different states. But yeah, she cried, so she got what she got, and apparently she didn't like it, and she was like, don't die. She's like, I'd do anything for you. And I was like, can you go away? Like in my head, but I knew that wasn't going to happen ever. So I just was like, okay, and she was like, listen, I know what depression is. And I'm like, okay, you know what depression is. Okay, then that means you can stop bothering me, right? No. That does not mean, apparently, because a person knows what depression is, that they can stop bothering another person when they don't want to be bothered. I don't understand. Like, I just wanted to not get bothered in my cycle of depression. And that apparently didn't happen for me because this person knew what depression was, and apparently that automatically makes you an expert on depression. And I'm not trying to say that it's bad that she was trying to help me. What I'm saying is that I don't look for people to help me. I don't want people to help me because I'm being 100% honest with you. I'm not going to help me with much because I don't want to. Because if I personally am going to attempt anything to the caliber and degree that I see as the fullest extent, it's nothing personal. It's just I have a certain way of doing things when it comes to my mental health. I have a certain way that I cool down from that spike, that little burst of a mental cycle. Because for me, like, there are lots and lots of triggers. And her, for instance, said, and I quote, I would die for you. And I'm like, you'd die for me. You'd die for a person you literally just met 3 weeks ago. You'd die for me. And that got me, like, angry and pissed off because in my mind, in my head, as a person who has regular suicidal thoughts, my interpretation of death and my perception on it relating to love of any kind is they're unmatched. Death and love should not correlate just because you think it'll make someone freaking feel better. I will tell you right now, straight up, I love this person to death, but I can't stand them because they say things like this. I don't like it when people say, I will die for you. You will die for me. When it comes down to it, will you really? Will you really die for a person that you just met? I know what it's like to say that you die for a person and not ever actually die for a person. Listen, when a person is at their lowest of lows and you can see that, be a little more compassionate and not saying, oh, I'd die for you when they're having suicidal-esque-ish thoughts. Because 9 out of 10, we don't want you to die for us because we feel our existence is a burden. So why go and say, oh, I'd die for you? That's just confirming that you don't want to be near us, so you're going to die. Live for a person. You can live for a person all day. All day. Because no one's ever going to be like, oh, they don't like that person. Shit. Well, they're just not. They're not going to say, oh, that person doesn't like this person because they're still alive. I don't know why people think that death is always the answer when there's too much of it going on. There's too much suicide. There's too much not living going on in this world. Oh, shoot. Ah, no, it's fine. It's going to be an accent now. But, like, I've had friends that have committed. I've had friends of friends that I knew commit. I often make the joke that I will commit, and I never fall through with it because for me, like, in a way, it's a way for me to tell myself, hey, if you can say this and not actually think the thoughts, you did it for today. You're good. And honestly, like, it's an entire thing. People actually think that by saying that you die for them, that they die for you, that you apparently want people to die for you. No one wants people to die for them. No one wants a person to die. No one wants anything like that. Death is terrible. So, was I mad at this person for a little bit of time? Yes. Was I mad at them for a long amount of time? No, because I know most people don't know right from wrong when it comes to these situations. They're like, oh, people will like me better if I say I'll die for them, and that's what they think is correct to assume, but it's not. I love people so much. I hate people's personalities, and it's because people are inconsiderate of the way that you feel when it comes to things like death. They don't ask what's your stance and what's your point on, like, what's your stance on death? What's your take on it? How do you feel about it? How do you feel about any of it? They don't ask you because they don't want to know what exactly you might say to a statement like that. They don't want to know exactly how you feel, if that makes sense. They kind of want to know what they know as true to be true for you. And you're probably like, Quil-Chan, how could you say that? And my answer is going to be because I've seen it. Because I've known people who do this. People are nice and all. People are great. Just some people are idiots. I don't. We're just gonna leave the cat like this. But, like, I don't like people like that. They take for granted what the normal person doesn't. So, like, it kind of kills me when what? I don't know what I did. Shoot. Oh, that's what that is. But yeah, that is honestly why. I mean, I like people a lot, and I don't think that people are a big problem or a big deal. I just think that what comes out of people's mouth and how they act about certain things is what ticks me off. Because if I'm being honest, I've been through hell in my life. So there are things that I've come to appreciate that a lot of people don't appreciate, but I appreciate them. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in with me this morning, seeing me draw a stupid cat that's not very good, but it's a cat. So if you would like to buy any of these images that I'm drawing for you today, just just DM me and DM me on Instagram, Twitter, what is it? Email me on Twitter, Deviant, Instagram, or just pretty much anything. And any of my social medias, actually. Do that, and I will get to you. I honestly answer all my DMs. So if you want to buy any of these images or any of the images from Inktober up, except for my sketches and except for select pictures that will not be for sale, just kindly tell me, and I will gladly send that to you. Okay, so without further ado, like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you. Bye.